Namaste, sorry for the delay. My phone was hanged. I am Dr. Basav. I am very happy to discuss with you regarding the efficacy of yoga in the prevention and rehabilitation of COVID-19 situation. Yoga practices are very useful in the prevention of many disorders, and then we'll come to the present situation. The researches has been carried out in the name of yoga on various exercises. I use the word exercises, not yoga practice. But some people are very seriously did research on the efficacy of Surya Namaskara and some group of practices on Kapalbhati, on Neti Kriya, then most importantly on Dhyana or meditation. Especially we have thousands of research papers on transcendental meditation, heartful meditation, and different forms of meditations across the globe. Therefore, today it is very vital to see what are the yoga practices we can choose very systematically for the prevention of COVID-19 and for the improvement of immunity or immune functions of immune systems. Most importantly, we start always with in Ayush advisory. So they have mentioned about asana, pranayama and dhyana or meditation. These are the three practices. All three need prerequisites. So if you say asana, there is a prerequisite for asana, it's a preparatory practices. So these are all some yogic sukshma vyayama, or we start practicing Surya Namaskara. Then for pranayama practice, we need preparatory practice of Shodhana Kriya. So it may be weekly once or twice, or even in our common yoga protocol, we can see the Kapalbhati is preparatory for Nadi Shodhana and other pranayamas mentioned. Therefore, many times we forget the preparatory practices. Therefore, I am here enlisting 9 categories of yoga practices. One is Shuddhi Kriyas or yogic cleansing practices. Here in this category, we recommend Neti, Dhauti, Kapalbhati. In yogic terminologies, they manage Kapha and Pitta Vikaras, Kapha mainly, and Neti and Kapalbhati particularly improve the functions or the upper respiratory tract cleaning is very important. Neti and Kapalbhati help us. If we add on either Vastradhauti or Vamanadhauti, this is the stomach watch basically, but also help us to remove the kapha and improve the entire functions of the cleansing of sinuses, and also it is very helpful in the allergic conditions and reduces the upper airway reactivities. So most importantly, these kriyas can be practiced once or twice in a week. I strongly recommend under such thing. We have several research papers, especially on Neti Kapalbhati, and we have several research papers which helps us to improve the cleanses the upper nasal sinus, the frontal sinuses and the nasal passages, and therefore they are highly recommended under such conditions. Niti is also useful in the acute coryza allergic conditions. A research paper has been published. Therefore, many people don't advise, but as a preventive, I recommend Neti, Dhauti and Kapalbhati as a preparatory practices once or twice in a morning, which are evidence basis. Next comes to yogic sukshmayama. So there are more than 48 kinds of yogic sukshmayama, but here we systematically choose the neck, shoulder, trunk, knee and ankle joints may be mobilized and moved properly so that they are helpful in the proper practices of yogasanas. Joint movements help to increase blood circulation and reduce stiffness, which enhances joint flexibility. We have a very good paper on these loosening practices or yogic sukshmayama. And for your information, there are several papers on the efficacy of the importance of Surya Namaskara, and one research paper shows the practicing regular practice of 4 to 6 rounds of Surya Namaskara helps to improve cardiopulmonary efficiency or cardiovascular efficiency, which is very, very important. It also, Surya Namaskara practice also improves respiratory muscles endurance, which is very much important in this important situation. Therefore, the second category of yoga practices are Surya Namaskar or yogic Surya Namaskar may be chosen for 5 minutes to 6 minutes one can practice, because now the protocol what I am going to emphasize is only half an hour. Then we come up with 5 capsules of yoga practices. So they are from the standing, sitting, prone, supine and relaxative postures. So we have a very important asanas here which helps to improve the chest expansion and also cardiopulmonary functions. So they are in the sitting postures like Ustrasana, Shashakasana, Utthana Mandukasana. Now we recommend Simhasana. So these are very important in the expansion of the chest and also strengthening the respiratory muscles, and that will help us to practice pranayama very effectively. Now the second one, many people don't practice the sitting postures, but that's why many schools also advise start the yoga practice with a standing like Tadasana, which stretches the whole body, and then we go to the Padahastasana, which is the forward bending of the entire body. Then we go to the Ardha Chakrasana, the backward bending, then the Trikonasana, the lateral bending. So always in yoga, we give all these 4 conditions of our body, minimum 4 movements, forward, backward, lateral and twisting. So there are research papers which shows These are all not only stabilize improve the flexibility of the spine, but also strengthen the ribs muscles and helps to for better breathing activities. So these are all the asanas. Next we come up to the standing and sitting. We come up to the prone postures, where we recommend Bhujangasana, Shalabhasana and Dhanurasana. Especially Bhujanga and Shalabha are very easy if they practice properly. So there are some precautions, especially for the Shalabhasana, which use lot of strain, and it put the breathing activity will get rapidly increased during the Shalabhasana. But the regular practice of Shalabhasana, Bhujangasana helps to improve the lungs capacity. And most importantly, Dhanurasana we recommend. We are concentrating only on the respiratory and cardiorespiratory functions, but I strongly recommend the metabolic or metabolism is also important. Therefore, the asana like Dhanurasana, which improves the metabolic or improve the metabolic functions, is very important. The combination, I am giving the capsules, the Bhujanga, Shalava and Dhanurasana. This combination is wonderful for the improving the flexibility of the spine and lungs functions, and also the metabolic activities. Then comes to the, after the chest, we come to the abdomen, spine, then we come to the lower abdomen and intestinal functions. There we strongly recommend Utthana Padasana, Pavana Muktasana, then Setu Bandhasana and Sarada Matsyasana or Matsyasana. These are the practices, so helps to improve the digestive systems, and which will help to improve the diaphragm functions and improve the efficacy of the breathing. So therefore, the standing, sitting, prone and supine, we are making it a capsule. So what are the research shows? Many researchers are showing only how many times we have to do, and some people advocated once in a week or twice in a week and just for 21 days or so. But here we recommend it for at least 18 days in a month. But if it is practiced 26 days in a month, we get better results. So these four asanas, 4 capsules, so make you 20 minutes. Then we go for 5 minutes relaxation in Yoga Nidra. It may continue up to 7 to 8 minutes. There are 14 marma points in the body, which has to be constantly regulated practices of Yoga Nidra. So Yoga Nidra reduction, sympathetic arousal, and reduces emotional distress and improves the quality of sleep. The most important thing to improve the immune system is to improve the quality of sleep. The practices like Yoga Nidra so helps to improve the quality of sleep, which is very, very important. Then most importantly, we are coming across the pranayama section. So especially Nadi Shodhana, which is also called alternative nostril breathing. This pranayama reduces the sympathetic activity and stimulate vagal or parasympathetic activity and decreases stress and anxiety. There are several researches on that. And Vijjayi increases the oxygen saturation in the body. Then Bhramari pranayama, similar to the humming of bee, may increase the nasal nitric oxide, nitric oxide, which may improve blood flow to the ciliary epithelium and has anti-inflammatory in action. Therefore, the combination of Nadi Shodhana, Ujjayi and Bhramari, which are pre condition of, if you start with Kapalbhati or Bhastrika to as a preparatory practices for a pranayama, it is a very yields a very good result our standard practice. Therefore, we have to see the pranayama. Many people do it very casually, but we strongly recommend maintain the ratio of 1:2. Therefore, when you maintain this 1:2 ratio, there is a effective gases exchange both at the cellular level and also at the lungs level. We have research papers on this. Many people casually take the breathing from one nostril and leave it, but we have to sit properly with the spine erect and exercises if their lungs are not functioning properly, respiratory muscles are not. When you sit, at least practice each pranayama at least 9 to 10, because the pranayama effects are only when it is regulated, controlled, breathing with awareness. As you regulate it, you control the of the pranayama is not 6 second puraka and 10 to 12 seconds of exhalation. Dr. Deepak and others are also agreed that 1:2 ratio so definitely helps to improve the entire respiratory functions. So these pranayamas, the Nadi Shuddhi, Ujjayi and Brahmari pranayama, the respiratory functions and bring cardiovascular efficiency, cardiopulmonary efficiency, which are the need of the hour. Come to the conclusion. That means once or twice in a week we prefer some Neti, Dhahuti, Kapalbhati, which are clinical in nature and that should be understood. And 6 capsules, 4 asana, 1 relaxation and pranayama. If you add on the 7th one, meditation, you can take out Yoga Nidra. Even Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji has recommended Yoga Nidra once or twice for at least twice or thrice Yoga Nidra whenever you get the time, which is very neat. Yoga Nidra will help to improve